surrounding the story that she gave to detectives about Jordan's disappearance. The biggest, why would she put her toddler into a car with a man she didn't know? Well, we asked her that question and a lot more.
I ask myself that question every single day.
Jordan Beliveau's mother doesn't know why she accepted a ride from a stranger on Saturday night. Charisse did not want her face shown because she's been receiving threats, but she sat down only with us to tell her side of how her son went missing, starting with accepting that ride before 10 p.m. from a man named Antoine.
I'm tired, I'm pregnant, hungry, and my child is heavy. And I really didn't think much of it.
Once in the car, she says she got into an argument with Antoine when he made advances at her. Then she says she was hit. Don't remember anything.
I remember stuff, but I told the detectives that, so I'm leaving that with them to work on for right now.
But she does remember being in this park early Sunday morning.
I'm like, what the hell just happened? Where's my kid? And I remember crossing the street. I got in the hotel. And then I woke up beside the damn ambulance truck, and I was just panicking.
Charisse says she has no idea where Jordan could be. She says she hasn't been out looking because she's been speaking with detectives nonstop.
I want my son. That's my baby, you know, and I just want my baby back home.
What would you say to the people who believe that you made this story up?
I apologize that you think that. I don't know what person would in their right mind would do that.
And this park is
Death of a 2-year-old boy causing heartbreak and outrage across the Bay Area tonight. And now DCF is launching an investigation into every interaction between child protection investigators and that little boy's mother. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan.
And I'm Jameson Euler. Right now, a crowd is gathering in Largo to remember Jordan Beliveau. ABC Action News reporter Sarah Hollenbeck is there live. And Sarah, big questions tonight with all the red flags about how Jordan ended up back in his mother's care.
Absolutely, and that's why you're going to see a large crowd out here. You can see the people back here right now. They're all getting ready to find justice for Jordan. A lot of them feel like if he hadn't been put back in his mother's custody, he might still be alive tonight. One red flag after another spelled out over nearly 100 pages. These documents showing concerns about filth, guns, gangs, and domestic violence in the house Jordan shared with his parents. In January 2017, Jordan was placed in foster care. But ABC Action News just obtained this court order signed just over a year later, giving custody of Jordan back to his mother, Charisse Stinson. In it, the judge details how home visits went well and reunification was in the best interest of Jordan.
And it's like, when are we going to learn? Like, when are we going to see that, oh, something we're doing isn't right?
It's infuriating for Clearwater mom Miranda Hofstetter. She doesn't know Jordan or his mother personally, but started a Change.org petition to force DCF to investigate.
This is your job. You are making sure that this child is safe and loved and taken care of and healthy. And that's not happening.
Her petition quickly gaining more than 5,500 signatures.
It takes something like this, sadly, to bring us all together. And while we all are together, we need to do something about it.
We've learned 3 organizations, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, Eckerd Connects, and Directions for Living, all had contact with Stinson. But tonight they're tight-lipped, citing an active investigation. Back out here live, we watched all day as people have added more mementos to this memorial in honor of Jordan. And right now there are more than 1,200 pages of documents that are being gone through right now to try and figure out what went wrong in this case. Reporting live in Largo, I'm Sarah Hollenbeck, ABC Action News.
I'm Sam Warren. This is my wife, Juliet. Jordan came into our home January 2017, and he was returned to his mother on May 31st, 2018. We love Jordan deeply, and we are devastated by his loss. We want you to know a bit about the Jordan that we knew. He wasn't just the boy in the Amber Alert. He learned to roll over in our house. I remember my mom helping him learn to crawl. Jordan learned to walk and talk in our family. He flourished and grew in a community that loved him deeply as well. He was loved by our whole family. The Lifebridge Church community, the Coast Guard community, and the Door of Hope Foster Community Care. Jordan was filled with joy. Most folks knew him, the Jordan that was laid back with an easy smile and a twinkle in his eye. He was our Mr. Chuckles. Like most other little boys, we saw Jordan's mischievous side as well. We are devastated by his loss, but for a court order, he would still be safe in our home. We hope that Jordan's loss will lead to the change that is needed to protect other endangered children in the system. Jordan was failed by the system. He was failed by many people who would have protected him but didn't. Promises that were made to us about how he would be protected after his return were broken. Ultimately, we have hope that our painful loss will result in a fundamental re-examination of the entire system, of how foster care works, of the reunification process. Jordan deserves that, and the other children in the system deserve that. In closing, we need time to grieve. Please respect our privacy and give us the space we need. We will not be giving any further statements to the press. Thank you.
That's so wet.
That's fine. The rug is also wet. Yeah.
And it was rolled up. You can see by the thing.
Yeah, look at the worms.
Yeah, them worms come from out the water somewhere.
Exactly.
That's like that bait you catch fish with.
With.
So it's where that deep black dirt.
They've already opened it. Soil?
Yeah, he opened it. Yeah.
He told me to open his own.
Yeah.
If we
Research
wanted, you
it.
wouldn't have been out here.
That was not here yesterday.
It wasn't here. I've been here all day yesterday.
We found clothes. We just found him. We found clothes. And we called the police.
So we're outside
Outside
of her house, the apartment number.
Rolled up against the wall. It wasn't here yesterday. Unrolled the rug.
Right now we got the news stations. We may have found some bloody clothes wrapped up inside the rug.
No, I'm not gonna touch nothing. Nothing. They won't get my fingerprints because y'all agree nothing.
Yes, I'm serious. This rug was good.
Ma'am? Hold on 1 second.
Yes, Mom's apartment.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I'm here. This rug was not here yesterday. Rug is soaked, folded up, right by the door with some clothes wrapped up into the rug.
Bait worms. Look at the worms. Trying to get back to the water. There's no reason to be confused.
It's not what she said he was wearing. But
No, this she said and one short.
no, that's what she said the man had on. She said the boy had on some blue shorts, a blue shirt with 72 or 79 on the shirt and some black. That's what she said the baby had on. And I think some black socks and black shoes.
Well, we don't know what he had on.
We don't know nothing. The UK health story is incredible right now.
I don't know where the
That
mom
shirt
is.
really got the blood on it.
That is definitely blood.
That's what it looks like.
Oh yeah, we found the rug folded up. It had
Just looking at the shirt right now.
Yeah, we just found
I
it.
started to flip it. I started to really see those jeans. See those dog stains. See right here? No. Flip it out.
All this glass on the rug.
This is some scary ass shit. That's all right here. And then we was Lord opposed the car right here. We walked past.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So you see everything that's the same guy. And that yellow paint.
What's that on her?
Yeah, well, probably not.
I'm not sure if she did or not.
Thank you.
Back up.
Please.
I think they're gonna take some thought.
Do you mind just everybody keeping out of here for a minute?
Yeah. Hey, come out this way. Yeah.
And then you gotta look at the broken glass.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's really strange. So the lawn people are the ones that had ended up coming up over here, and they. Yes, I did.
Then I'll be right back. I'll come get your information.
Okay. I'll be here. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for coming fast.
So the lawn people had came and they had told us to open up the rug, and the rug was not here yesterday.
And because if this rug was here yesterday, they would have took this into evidence. Like, this wouldn't just be sitting out here. They wouldn't just left that there.
That's not what he was wearing, is it?
It's not what she just said, but the way the officer is acting, she doesn't want no one back over here anymore.
It came directly out of the apartment, but it wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah, because nobody in our complex has seen that kid.
But we came back today.
How long?
I haven't seen it.
In weeks?
But my hours
She
at
said
work are
don't
weird.
go over here anymore.
Because the people
She's gonna come back and talk to me in a little bit.
Yeah, no.
The police.
Yeah. So you said that you haven't seen the baby
seen
in
the week,
weeks.
but my schedule is weird. Like, I just got off of work. I go into work at 5:30 a.m. and then I get home sometimes at 12, sometimes at 4, and then I pick up my boyfriend, so I'm not home all the time. The last time I saw him she was with him because she got an altercation with one of the crazy white women over here. And I had approached her and I said, hey, you know, like, not all white people are crazy like that. I appreciate, like, how she stood up. She seemed nice.
Yeah.
I was like, she wasn't cursing back. She was like, lady, just go home. Just go home. Just go home. And I was like, you know what? Like, I just want to say, as a white person, we are not all
crazy.
Crazy.
We know that.
We do not.
Everybody got the craziness in them. Everybody's.
All black people ain't the same either.
And I was like, why are they out here doing landscaping?
I don't know, but one of the landscapers are the ones that told us to go open up the rug.
They've been helping. They went to him and his crew went all the way in the back and all of that stuff. Hey.
But, yeah.
I know I had to take mine off. Somebody brought this rug.
They had to.
Somebody brought this rug. This shit crazy. And that's why I don't understand why they didn't have a police out here all night.
When I left, I leave for work at 5. There was no cops.
No. It could have been because they done took down everything.
The tape was gone when I left for work.
See, that's crazy.
There were cops out here when I went to sleep, and that was like.
Do you know the lady as well?
The dad, yeah.
The dad?
No, like yesterday that road wasn't here at all. We left here last night. We left her probably like 7 o'clock last night.
That's the cops' jobs to do.
At 8. That road was fine. Police had done left, everybody had done left. Because right now they still treat him like a victim. So they not, you know. Yeah, they interrogate her ass like a goddamn suspect. Put some pressure on her. She's 21. She ain't got that much single pressure.
Again, a little update. We're at the mom's apartment.
It had to be in the water because it got
Lawn
melted.
service had told us to open up this rug that was not here yesterday. We opened it up and there's a shirt and a pair of pants that are wet with the rug. It looks like there may be some blood and some glass.
We found a rug. You know that rug wasn't here yesterday. You got the blood clothes in it, rolled up. Because if the police would have saw this yesterday, this would have been in bags and bags and bags that they took yesterday.
What's your first name? Trisha. No. Or the court retreat.
Okay. Are you just visiting friends here, or?
No, I've just been looking for the child since we got the Amber Alert.
Okay. So you came down here to help?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, do me a favor. I'm just going to get some information. Were you the one that noticed the rug?
No, I'm not. Like, I seen the rug there when we came around. I seen the rug. The lawn service guy actually, they had came up from the back and they were just like, open up that rug. So the lady right here in the red shorts and everything, with her gloves, she just opened it up and we had ended up. I don't know. That's what I was saying is really, really fishy. It's weird why he would all of a sudden say, open up that rug. And I would think if the detectives and everyone was already over here, that they would have already noticed the rug and the clothes, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, that's exactly what I was saying. That's really fishy. That's really fishy that, you know, they
Where's
just
the
all...
maintenance guy that...
I think it was one of these guys, but I know he had a white shirt on and he came out of this, he went over there.
Black? No,
black. What's your first name? First name? R-I-S.
What's your middle name?
Nicole.
Last name?
Evans.
E-V-A-N?
I'm gonna go grab cigarettes and water.
All right, love you.
What's your date of birth?
1/28/93.
Home address?
It's 7522. Isabella.
Do you know somebody in this apartment complex? Is that why you came down here?
No, I just, a lot of people were saying that they were going to go to Eagle Lake Park and start searching over there. And then I had seen that the detectives and the cops were going to be going off of Belcher and going through the dumpsters and stuff like that. So I figured we could come back over here, do a last scope over here and work our way, you know, somewhere else.
Okay.
So we went over here where the laundromat is, and we went through the bushes that way, came around, and then came this way, and then that's when we
Came up to the place and saw the rug. So the maintenance guy had a clue, and you don't recognize it in one of those as being?
I don't think it was. I know the one that's standing up in front of with the headphones or whatever. I know he was with us. He came with the guy. I don't know if the other guy with the hat, I don't know if that's the guy. It doesn't look like the same guy, so I don't know where he's at currently.
Okay.
But I know that they were with the lawn service.
But
yeah.
Just for whatever reason, he said open it up.
Yeah. Which I thought was kind of, you know, fishy if that rug wasn't there, because that's what the other ladies are saying. They were here yesterday and the day before, and that rug was never there. Is what they're saying, is that rug was never there. So.
I can't reveal specific information because that's an active investigation. But,
people saying everything.
I get it, and I get what people are saying too, but there's also a lot of information that people are missing. And I know how people don't see rugs there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they were paying attention at the time. So, absolutely. But definitely appreciate you calling. I'll take the clothes. And then if you think of anything else you see, just this is my name, but call. This is an admin line. Go straight to our dispatch for Largo. Okay. So you can just go ahead and call and give any information you need.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Just taking the clothes.
I'm gonna do something to make you do like this here, so somebody can pay attention to what's going on.
And I just told her, if we was riding down that busy street,
We would have been crashing and everything. I'm coming out the door. I might open the door to skin himself up.
No, because my child in there.
Oh.
I'm gonna grab that steering wheel and I'm gonna be ready.
I need to go tell the detective. Thank you. We need to get to the bottom of this, and everyone needs to be out here trying to find this baby. It doesn't matter if it's not your baby, if it's not your blood, it's not your family. This is a child a child's life. It is the guy with the hat on.
Watch the introduction video.
when she's talking, don't interrupt her. Okay?
She's gonna take that one first. I think it's Judge Ray. Yeah, that's what it she's on her own.
Raise your right hand. Answer up loud.
Yes.
Put your hand down.
Good afternoon. You can be seated. Good afternoon, Ms. Stinson. This is your advisory or first appearance hearing. I'll advise you of the charges against you and the amount of your bond. If you can't afford to hire a street lawyer, I will be happy to consider appointing the public defender for you. And I will find probable cause on everything, Madam Clerk, unless I say otherwise. And Mr. Brand, if you'll help me with prior record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you are charged, ma'am, with both aggravated child abuse murder in the first degree. The underlying, it's a capital felony underlying charge of aggravated child abuse. Did you want me to read you more of the details, or do you understand what I'm talking about?
I understand.
All right. Would you like, can you afford to hire a street lawyer? Would you like for me to consider appointing the public defender for you?
Public defender?
Okay. Do you have any savings, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
You own your own home?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, no, ma'am.
Okay. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay. Ms. Fugate, is this yours?
It's Mr. Boland's, Your Honor. I'm handling it for him today.
Okay. And does Ms. Stinson have any prior record?
She has only no info cases, Your Honor, in 2017, violation of injunction, domestic battery, and resisting without all no infos.
Okay. On the aggravated child abuse, I do think I need to set a bond. On the first degree murder, I'm happy to leave it at no bond. Is there any suggestion?
Your Honor, we would ask for $1 million bond on that count.
On aggravated child abuse?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, do you have any savings at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'm going on the aggravated child abuse. I'll set the bond at $500,000. On the murder, it'll stay no bond. Thank you, Ms. Stinson. The public defender will be speaking with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I think we're finished there. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
$9.90 way, right? Hi, Kevin.
That's gonna hold there. Sorry.
Okay.
That's gonna bounce off. Sorry, everybody. Let me just. Yeah, we're gonna go like that. You're good. Got it? Good.
We good, everybody? Yep.
Yeah, we're on.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Lieutenant Randall Cheney, C-H-A-N-E-Y, Largo Police Department, and this is Major Stephen Slaughter with me. We're here to give you an update on the Amber Alert missing child case of Jordan Bellano. Last night, we effected an arrest of Cherise Stinson for the murder of her child. It was a long investigation which started out with an Amber Alert and a missing child search that we had been conducting since Sunday morning. We enlisted the help of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the Child Abduction Response Team, the CART team. So we had resources from multiple state and local agencies that came in to assist the Largo Police Department with a search and an investigation into the whereabouts of Jordan. Unfortunately, during the course of our investigation, we developed information that led us to where the child had been placed in a wooded area off of Lake Avenue and McMullen Road by his mother. In interviewing the mother last night, she made significant admissions into what had happened to her child, which led us to have probable cause to arrest her in the death. Our investigators are out following up with information. This is a very active investigation. It's continuing. Some of the breaks that we had and the revelations we had in this case occurred last night, so we are attempting right now to follow up and tie up all the leads we possibly can. One question that we had last night was we had released a composite and information on an Antoine. We do not believe there was an Antoine. There was no Antoine related to this case. We don't believe there was a white Camry. That was all fabricated by Ms. Stinson to help cover her alibi for what she had actually done. So we are not currently looking for that person. We did release a video of a person that was at the 7-Eleven station at 1200 East Bay Drive. We are still looking for that person as a potential witness, somebody that we would like to talk to find out if he had any information or if he had actually spoken to Ms. Stinson on that night. Right now, like I said, it's active, and I can't release a lot of information still based on the nature of the case. You guys have probably read the arrest advisories, so you kind of have the gist. But I can tell you that her story about being in Central Park was a deception on her part. The detectives have characterized her interviews as being deceptive, and she was not in Central Park, and she, in subsequent interviews, had admitted that she made up the story, that she had been in Largo Central Park. The injuries to her were, by her own admission, self-inflicted, and that in the time in question when she stated that she was unconscious in the park, she was actually at another location, which is where we subsequently found the body.
Question.
Sir.
You released the video from the 7-Eleven on East Bay. What about the video from Ice Cold Air that I understand that you guys obtained yesterday?
I've talked to detectives, and we do have a video. I don't know what's on it, and really in the rush of things that are occurring, we have not gone through all the pieces of evidence we have, or, you know, we're doing our due diligence and taking now our time to make sure that we can examine everything and put it into place.
Did you doubt her story from the beginning?
Initially, there were parts of her story that the detectives felt were possibly not true. But at the same time, we're trying to find a missing child, so we have to kind of go with that as our main thrust. So yes, parts of her story didn't make sense. However, we know from working missing persons cases and working cases like these that sometimes people's recollections aren't good, or they say things that maybe look inaccurate on the face. So we kind of had to go with the fact that what she was saying was believable at the time.
Can you talk to us about what led you to the child's body, even if you can only talk about it in generalities?
Generally speaking, we received information that led us to a particular area, which was not an area that we had been looking for the child initially. So that led our detectives to that wooded area where they actually found the body.
But this was not information provided by the mom?
That's correct.
Can you talk a little bit about, we all were at the apartment complex yesterday. There was some clothing that was found wrapped up or rolled up in a wet rug. Did that come into play into part of the investigation leading up to her arrest?
That was, there was evidence at the scene that was collected. The value of that evidence right now, we're not certain about. We know that there was a video that was on Facebook and Twitter about a rug outside and other information. I wouldn't say right now that that was key to our case.
Any forthcoming arrests?
No, we do not believe anyone else was involved, that she was the lone actor in this horrible crime, and so we are not looking for any other persons. However, we are asking the citizens to give us any more information they can, that if they have knowledge about what might have happened, to please call the Largo Police Department.
So this person at the 7-Eleven was not someone that you believe to be an accomplice, just solely a witness?
That's correct. We believe this person was driving on East Bay Drive, may have encountered Ms. Stinson that night and spoken to her, but again, we would like to find out what this person had to say.
What type of relationship they may have had? You said spoken to her, like just in passing, or?
We believe it was a passerby. We believe he was driving on East Bay Drive and may have just randomly encountered her.
Do you know yet if the child had already passed away before she put him in the woods, or did he pass away after he'd been dumped?
We don't know. The autopsy will be going on this morning at 11 o'clock, and once the medical examiner does his investigation, we'll know a little bit more about how the child passed. We're not certain at this point.
Can you talk to me about the child's status leading up to this murder? In other words, in the weeks and months ahead of this, how long was that child in like foster care, and then when was the child returned to the mother? We're trying to put together a timeline of where this child was throughout its 2-year life.
Yeah, we're also trying to put together a timeline, so I can't give you specifics. I know that the child had been in foster care. I do know that DCF had been involved with an investigation into the family, and that the DCF was out the Friday night before the child passed and had seen the child. But other than that, I can't give you a timeline on that.
Do you know when the child returned to the mother's care?
No, I don't.
Approximately how long they've been together?
I don't.
Did she express about there was a black duffel bag in the middle of the road when we showed up on McMullen Road yesterday? Was a child in that bag?
No, that was probably part of our equipment. I'm not aware of any kind of evidence like that was found in the area of Lake Avenue.
Can you provide Did the mother express any remorse since she's been arrested? Has she said anything?
According to the detectives, during her interview, she would constantly change what she was saying based on the line of questioning. There was no feeling with them that there was any remorse, only her attempting to escape the reality of the story by making things up as she went.
Can you provide any details to the evidence that you have found within the apartment itself and how that corroborated with her admission or with your affidavit?
Yeah, I can't comment on anything that was found in the apartment right now. Like I said, some of that evidence has not been processed yet, so I can't comment to the value of anything inside the apartment.
Is there a possibility of any sort of charge because of the involvement of the Amber Alert system? For example, when 911 is used under false pretenses in any other certain situation, that can be an additional charge. Is there anything like that possible for this case?
I'm not aware of any charge specific to misuse of an Amber Alert system. In this particular case, I think she's being charged with what's appropriate, and it's enough that a misuse charge would probably be something that would be minor compared to everything else.
Was Jordan wrapped in anything? Did he have any toys or anything with him? What was the condition?
He was not wrapped in anything, and that's all I can say about that.
You mentioned that she made admissions. Did she explain why she didn't reach out to rescue personnel while she claimed that the son was having seizures after being struck?
I'm not privy to everything that was said during that interview. We had multiple interviews with her over the days, so I can't tell you exactly what she did or didn't say over portions of it.
Have you been in touch with the father?
Yes, we had reached out to the father.
Has he said anything, or?
I'm not aware of what he may or may not have said.
You think his body was clarify something when you guys saw Presser maybe a day or two ago, you said that there was evidence that she was at, or there was some type of surveillance or some video that placed her at Largo Central Park. Does that change now? Because now you're saying she fabricated the story. So was there ever any evidence that she was at Largo Central Park?
She was at Largo Central Park. We do have video of her there. That was at the after she made her way to the park, and where we knew that she had deposited Jordan. She went to the park specifically with the intent of making up a story that she had been dumped in the park, self-inflicting injuries by her admission in the park, and then walking across the street to the Hampton Inn, where she basically feigned unconsciousness, I think.
Do you believe Jordan's body was moved from a different location to that wooded area?
At this point, I think I just want to step in and say that we are right now doing an investigation into a criminal matter. What we're able to release is somewhat confidential at this point until the Pinellas Pasco State Attorney's Office is able to properly investigate this case. I originally said in many pressers that our goal was to find Jordan. Although that has happened, our goal now is a successful prosecution. And in order to have a successful prosecution, there are some things that we're just not able to discuss yet.
Well, I know the other day we asked you guys about her being pregnant, and there was no answer to that. Can we confirm that now? I mean, we've spoken with family and friends. They say she's pregnant. Can you guys confirm?
I would go by what family and friends say. But again, thank you all for your time. We appreciate the public's assistance. We really appreciate the media getting out there and helping us. The boots on the ground, the information from citizens, all of that came and helped in this case. It did give us that big break that we wanted. And again, to thank you for your time. At this point, as we talked about a dual role and dual investigations going on at this point, it's strictly a criminal investigation. All further media inquiries will be directed to Lieutenant Cheney as a standard practice and procedure, and they'll be distributed in consultation with the Pinellas Pasco State Attorney's Office.
Lieutenant, can we get your name again, please, and spelling?
This is Major Stephen Slaughter.
Slaugchter. Again, thank you, everybody. We really do appreciate all the assistance. It is not the outcome that we wanted to have, but we do feel a murder one charge is appropriate, and we're going forward with the prosecution. Thank you. All right, thank you. PA.
Why should she be given a chance?
Right. Did you guys plan to speak today in the court? I mean, had you guys been in there, and what would you have said?
We don't want the death penalty. We want her to suffer, just like she made our baby suffer. Right. Death penalty is too easy. It's too easy. I want her to live her life out knowing what she did to my grandson.
They need to watch her and make sure she don't try to commit suicide, because they said she tried to do that last night. They need to keep her watch, because she was doing something there. I don't care.
We're hearing that she is pregnant.
She is.
What is your thought on the future of that baby and your hope there?
Oh, I'm taking that baby. She will not hurt another baby again. And I put that on Jesus. I'll die and go to hell first. But she needs to be punished.
Did you have any, the investigators say today that everything that she said in her story turned out to be a lie. There was no Antoine. There was no kidnapping.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not. We knew she was lying. I just wanted her to tell us where he was.
Does this
I knew she
surprise
did
you
something.
at all? I mean,
not at all. I knew she did something.
What did she say to y'all? She didn't even say anything.
Nothing.
She had
No remorse, no emotion, no nothing.
She didn't care.
All she said to my son was, "I'm sorry."
And
that's it.
Then she sent the text and said, "Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss."
And then she laughed. Remember, she laughed.
And laughed. Like, that's crazy.
Do you think she may have some mental illness there, or do
You
think
got to be crazy.
She evil.
It's not
she
no
demonic.
mental nothing.
She
She's
demonic.
just evil. Plain flat out evil.
Yeah.
She trying to get off.
Yeah.
She don't need to get
She
off.
don't know.
She still, her family still gets to see her. People who care about her still get to see her. We don't get to see Jordan Jr.
We can't teach him how to ride a bike. We ain't gonna be able to teach him how to run a football, play football. You know, she took that from us. You did that. But you gonna suffer. She gonna suffer. And she gonna get what's coming to her.
How far along pregnant is she, and how are you going to go through the process of taking this newborn?
It shouldn't be a process.
Whatever it takes.
I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make sure that that baby is with her father.
How is he doing now?
He's struggling. She robbed him of his whole world. On his birthday at that. She premeditated that.
Yeah.
She did it. She premeditated that. She
planned
planned
that. She planned it.
She planned that.
How did this all go down yesterday in terms of she was at one point, talking with detectives saying, I was abducted and all this other stuff. And then the detectives make their discovery. How did that go down, and how was she taken into custody as far as you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I told them I don't care what they do with her. My main concern has been from the start, where is he? Now that we know we can.
Do you know where she was before she was taken into custody? Was she at her house, or was she with police, or was she with other family members?
I believe under police surveillance. She wasn't at her home.
Okay.
They had her in a hotel or something.
They had her
wherever she was, but she was under 24-hour surveillance watch.
Gotcha.
The foster family that cared for him briefly was very upset at the whole system too. They said
yes,
released way too quickly. You agree with that?
Yes.
Back to her, I mean.
Yeah.
Why?
What was the caseworker? Where were you? Why you didn't go check up on this baby? Like, where were you at? Like, that's what I want to know. Where were you?
Getting off the hook when they be putting these kids back.
Was it ever an option for Jordan to live with any of the extended family members?
My home study was to be conducted today. She found out Friday. My home study for little Jordan to come live at my house was to be conducted today. She found out Friday.
And why was that happening? Was it because she was being evicted from her home?
She was being evicted and she did not have a job.
And where was your son in all of this? Was he also in the same situation? Was he able to take the care for his son?
Yes.
He got a whole family.
He's got a whole family to take
Everybody
care of.
gonna help him. All of us would pitch in, you know. Like she could have just gave the baby to the family. Get the baby to us. Why would you do that? You know, why would you do that? Like, you heartless, man. You heartless.
When was he released back to the mother from foster care?
I believe in June.
And how long was he in foster care for?
I believe he was 4 months.
And what was the incident that led to that foster care?
It was just an incident.
We don't know a lot about Jordan. Can you tell us what kind of boy Jordan was, and you know what was he into? What was his character or personality?
He loved to play.
Happy.
He was happy. He loved to see everybody. Everybody who saw him, they got a hug. When you left, you blew kisses.
He blow you kisses.
If you had food, he'd be your friend. If you had cookies, he'd be your best friend. He loved cookies. He was just a lovable baby. You know what I'm saying? Like.
How do you sum up what your family has lost?
Our world.
It break your heart. It break your heart, man.
There's no explanation for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you at a loss for words.
It's just so unreal right now.
It's not. It don't seem real, but it's real.
Tonight, family and friends pay their respects to a 2-year-old in Largo. Police say the boy's mother brought his life to an end. ABC Action News reporter Julie Salamone live tonight with a wish from one of his family members. Julie?
Jamison, his great-grandmother, told us tonight she wishes Jordan would have been able to stay with his foster parents. Meanwhile, the memorial for Jordan Beliveau continues to grow. Dozens of people stop by here tonight. Tonight, friends, family, and strangers releasing balloons by the woods where investigators found Jordan Beliveu's body Tuesday evening.
Long live JoJo.
The group heartbroken, saying his life was ripped away after Largo police arrested his mom for murder.
We praise and we honor you, oh God, for baby Jay, oh God, that you called him home. He gained his wings, oh God.
Newly released documents show the 2-year-old was exposed to guns, drugs, and violence in the house he lived in with his parents. The boy's great-grandmother saying tonight she wishes Jordan would have stayed with his foster parents.
He was doing beautiful where he was at. I give all my heart and sympathy to the foster mother and dad.
But by May of 2018, a court order forced Jordan's foster family to give him back to his mother.
I do know in my heart that if he would have stayed there, he would still be here. I do know that.
A community mourning together, filling a poster with messages and leaving behind stuffed bears, balloons, and candles.
A year and a half of just a loving life, and it sucks to find out, you know, he went home 2.5 months ago and now he's gone.
And the family will be hosting a celebration of life for Jordan this Saturday at 5 p.m. at the Highland Rec Center. Reporting live in Largo, Julie Salamone, ABC Action News.